Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today is a review on my $250 PC. Well, I did a build on this one, but the video footage did get corrupt, so I'm sad about that one. I just don't feel like tearing it apart and putting it back together again. So I'm deciding to just do a build review. And so I'm going to start off with the case. It's a rosewill $29.99 case I got off eBay. It's the cheapest case for this size motherboard. And I don't know, it's a pretty good case. It has a USB 3.0 port, two USB 2.0 ports, mic and headphone jack, and then the power button, of course. It was pretty easy building in it. I mean, otherwise, cable management, you got nowhere to cable manage, because in the back, other than it being super light and then nowhere to cable manage, like, I don't know. But yeah. This case, and it was kind of hard to build in, but like, I don't know what to say completely, because it came with one stock fan, no front fan, no side fan. It has a slot for one more on the side panel. You see, it has for one more of the rear size fan, and I just don't have another fan to put in it that's that size. So yeah, and then so next, I'm gonna go with the power supply. It's in a PVA 500 watt, nothing not non-AD plus at all. It's the ones that CyberPower PC and iBuyPower mostly use in their PCs. I don't know if they've changed recently, but I know in 2017 to 2018 they were using a PVA. So like, why not give it a try? If CyberPower uses it, it should be good enough for this build. And then next, the motherboard choice I used with a Lenovo OEM board out of a Think server. It was $15 shipped to my house. So I was like, why not? And I didn't even know if it would fit in the case. I was hoping. It was the cheapest motherboard for my CPU that was on eBay. So I was like, yeah, why not? Let's just try it. This board does not have any 3.0 ports. So of course I cannot be using the 3.0 in the front I/O of the case. But this motherboard also does. It has 4 USB 3.0 ports on the rear though, and 2 USB 2, an Ethernet jack, all your mic connections. Oh, this motherboard also doesn't have front mic connections either, so sadly I cannot use that either. But it comes with VGA, I think that, yeah, display output as well. And then for the CPU, I went with an i5 4670K, which I know the K won't be used on this board, but it was cheaper than the actual i5 4670, because I won the processor on bid, so it was cheaper than the regular 4670. I was like, why not just go ahead and throw it in, even though it wasn't on the OEM Lenovo board supported list. I was just hoping to God it did, and it did work fine. Then to the CPU cooler, I got this Logis 1099 CPU cooler for the LGA 1150 socket. Works fine. I mean, I think it's a little bit better than the Intel stock cooler, which the CPU did not include. And then next, I have 16 gigs of Neo Forza Gold Edition RAM. This is a DDR3 RAM, so it's a little bit slower speed. I think it's 1800 megahertz speed, but it looks mighty nice. I mean, aesthetically it's pleasing, but this case you can't really see it too much because the CPU cooler. But yeah, and then with Lenovo motherboards, they have a special 14-pin design. So I had to get a 14 to 24-pin connector right here. That cost me $7.99. Then next we're gonna go to the GPU. I got an RX 460 4GB variant. I paid $75 shipped for this card. It's an OEM. I think out of an HP or Lenovo, because I think they both use this card. And it served well, the 4 gigs, so it's the more powerful version. And it plays 95% of the games that I tested at more than 60 FPS. So I was very shocked. And then next, I have the hard drive. I know there's no SSD in this build, but for $250, you kind of get what you get. And this, it originally had a 750 gig hard drive until the hard drive just broke, stopped working, and so I just threw in a spare 320 I had laying around just so I could test stuff, and it works perfect. So yeah, and then next, that's about, actually yeah, there ain't no next. And for the benchmarks I did, Apex did that at 60 plus FPS, like medium settings. Rust, it played that game at 60 FPS, 60 FPS all the time, but I think it dipped down to 55 sometimes on medium settings. Fortnite competitive settings, it did 160 to 200 FPS. And then for what other? We did GTA. It did GTA at around 160 FPS, high setting, medium to high settings, depending on what we got. And then, what is it called? Yeah, that's about it on the benchmark side of it. It doesn't look too bad of a, like, PC. I mean, I know on camera it kind of looks like grayish, but it's more of like, I don't know, like a glossy black that's just been smudged up a lot. And this red line, it's really hard to tell unless it's a light, like a lighted room. And the front LED isn't green, it's blue on the front of this rosewill case. So, yeah. And then, only thing I do got to say, this plastic on this power supply is super, super flimsy. Like, you can push it in, you can almost bend it in. But it still ain't did too much damage to the case. I mean, this plastic is too. I mean, really all of it. All you got to do is you got to do down here, you can bend this up with just tugging on it, and then it won't close. So you got to make sure you don't bend it, and if you do bend it, you got to push it back down. But I would recommend this build to anybody who's just trying to get into PC gaming for the cheap. Because I knew the new Xbox is supposed to come out, and I think for $300 you can get the Xbox Series S, which has a great deal, to be honest with you. But I think it's actually a better deal than this, but you're stuck to the Xbox menu and Xbox games. With this, you could do a whole lot more, like stuff-wise, because you can use this for school and stuff like that. So, yeah, I would recommend this PC to anyone trying to get into PC gaming. And I'll have a parts list in the description of the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.